probably 5 or 6 of his closest family and friends. And then there's me. Now, I have people ask me all the time how I end up in the situations I do and how I know the people I know, such as taking all the supercars to basically the hood of Cleveland and even having the supercar block party at night and how I'm invited to those things. Now, how I end up in those kind of situations is just from meeting people and being active in the scene. I've been doing it for about 2 years, and photography, videography has far and beyond pushed me to where I now know people that I would never know in my life. So I thought I'd sit down today and tell you guys a story about probably the most interesting meeting of someone that I've ever had. Now, it is Christmas this week, and I feel like I am out of attire, so let us fix that quickly. Alrighty, now that is much better or significantly worse depending on how you look at it. Now, as you can probably tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to tell you a story on how I accidentally crashed a Porsche 911 GT3 RS delivery party. Now, on Instagram, I follow literally everyone under the sun who is anybody in the car scene over where I live out in Cleveland. And I was following this one guy who I don't know how I ended up following him, but I know at one point he had a SLS Black Series, he had Ferraris, he had Porsches like GT3 Tourings and stuff. And I've been following him not a long time, and I see that he posts on his story saying he is taking delivery of a brand new car and it is an open to the public event. Now, me seeing that, I'm like, sure, why not? Let me shoot my shot, like I do with most things, which is how I meet these people. So I proceed to shoot him a message and say, hey, can I come shoot pictures and film the delivery of the car? He's like, sure, totally cool. Just leave me out of it. He's more of a private person, which is why I'm not saying his name or Instagram or anything in here. So I'm thinking to myself, cool, I'm going to be there. I'm sure there's going to be like 20 or 30 other people there. Everybody under the sun is going to want to come see this guy's brand new car that is getting delivered, because at the time, I didn't know he was a pretty private person. So over the next couple days and weeks, it starts to get pushed back due to tariffs because he couldn't get his car actually delivered. I believe the car got delayed 2 weeks due to tariffs, and it did eventually come in. So the day the delivery arrives, and it goes to Porsche of North Olmsted. So it's there, it's still wrapped and everything. He posts a picture of it. He's like, it's happening tomorrow. I'm like, cool. I will be there. I'll see you tomorrow. This is about a few weeks after I purchased my Audi S4 from Porsche North Olmsted. I'm like, cool. I'll see the dealer. I'll see the guy who sold me the car because he was a cool guy. We'll be on good terms. We'll talk a little. It'll be a good time. I'll film some stuff. It'll just be a great time. So the day of the delivery comes and I drive out there. I take the S4, of course, because I have to. It's pouring rain, unfortunately, so there was no universe where we were going to be driving that car out of there that day. It still needed to have parts and stuff put on it. I'll explain that later. And it was still in its transport delivery mode. So I get there, I walk inside the dealership, and I go to the delivery / showroom. I walk into the showroom, and it's him and probably 5 or 6 of his closest family and friends. And then there's me. So I walk in there, and I'm thinking to myself, great, I have just come into a place where I am completely unwanted. No one knows who I am. And I'm just this random kid, basically, with a camera. Now I walk in there, and I kind of am just standing there, bamboozled, looking around, because I know nobody there. They are all talking to each other. They all know each other very well. And then there's me. So I am looking around a little bit. Then this guy comes up to me, and he's like, hey, how are you doing? Who are you? So I tell him who I am. I'm like, I'm Shadows Cars on Instagram. My name's Luke. I talked to him for a little bit. And he's actually the guy who is getting the car delivered. Super cool guy, probably one of the coolest guys I've ever met. So after I'm done talking to him, right next to us is sitting the brand new 992 GT3 RS. The thing is still fully wrapped in all of its delivery clothing, technically, whatever you want to call it. The delivery wrapping and stuff. And there's a box sitting there. And I'm wondering to myself, what is in this box? So he walks over to the box, rips it open, starts cutting into it, and it's all these bits and pieces, these plastic trim pieces. The car is just not fully built from factory when it gets delivered, apparently. I believe there were splitters, there was the little hood vents and stuff, the little plastic on the front of the hoods, and just a ton of other pieces. And I'm thinking to myself, what is all this doing here? Shouldn't this be attached to the car? Apparently, it gets shipped completely separately. So at that point, he starts unwrapping the car, and it is a beautiful spec. It's basically gray over a darker gray, It's got yellow calipers and everything. It's the GT3 RS that I did a video shoot with as well. But this thing is absolutely beautiful, and it's a pretty rare spec. I mean, it's not crazy over the done. You don't have yellow, green wheels, red accents everywhere. He's like, I wanted to go something a little different, a little more unique than some other people. So he did that, and it turned out really good. So then he decides, you know what I gotta do? I gotta start this thing and see if we can move it at all. So he gets in, he starts it, and I'm not filming at that time, unfortunately. But he starts it, and it screams to life. I mean, this thing is loud. It's just from factory. It's stupid how loud it is after sitting in a crate getting shipped across from Germany for who knows how many months plus another 2 weeks because of tariff. So I stay in contact with him over the next couple months, and we're talking occasionally here and there, but we never officially set anything up. And then the supercar block party happens, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, there's this really cool event. You should come out and see what's going on. He's like, all right, sure, I might come out. I might not. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it. I'm like, cool, totally fine. Show up if you want. So we go to this block party with our usual group. We're all cruising down there and everything. So we're there, and then he texts me, hey, I'll be there in like 30 minutes. I'm like, sweet, this guy's coming. It's this crazy GT3 RS. There's only one other one there, and it's going to be cool. We'll talk to him for a little bit and set something up. So he comes down, parks on the side of the street. I mean, there's millions of dollars worth of cars here. It's stupid because of this dumb block party that we're just hosting. And I talked to him for a little bit, and we officially agreed to set something up for like the next following weeks. We're like, we're definitely going to set something up and do this video shoot. I'm like, cool. I know you just bought the car. I'd love to shoot it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. So we agreed to something, and we set it all up, and we get ready for that. So while we're eating lunch with this guy, he's telling us a little bit about like how he was into cars and like the kind of cars that he had. And this guy had everything under the sun. He's had Ferrari FFs, he's had GT3 Tourings, he's had GT3s in the past. He had, the main one that he had was a Mercedes-Benz SLS Black Series. Beautiful car. I'm a little peeved that he sold it, but he said I had to sell it. I made so much money off of selling that car. It was ridiculous, and I couldn't pass it up, which is totally fair. Those things are worth a fortune right now, especially just his was immaculate as well. Then he starts talking about some other cars that he was looking at buying, and it's interesting. I'm not going to say anything about them because he's actually thinking of possibly purchasing one of them if he gets an allocation for it. It is another Porsche, I'll say that much, and it's a super crazy one if he can pick it up. So yeah, I know it's not a super crazy story or anything, but I thought it was a cool story, and I thought I'd kind of tell you guys how I end up in these situations that I do and how I meet the people I do. It's all, you just take a shot, you take a risk, and just shoot someone a message, and maybe you'll end up seeing a brand new GT3 RS getting delivered also.